Hi everyone, Wendy here, the Crafty Coach. I'm going to do a demo in making a Halloween card. And this is the card. Scary! Happy Halloween. And you open up the wings. Boo! It's scary card. Little spiders and cobwebs and googly eyes. I don't know if they Google. And my cat is coming to visit. Anyway, I got the idea from the Artiste Cricut cartridge, and I'm using this little bat card right there. And I did that for the base of the card. And this is the second one I did. That one says Trick or Treat. And it's pretty much the same inside, except I didn't have the googly eyes. So I did this on the Cricut Artiste. And let's get started. I'm going to pan down and I'll check it back later. See ya. Alright, so I demoed this card in my card making group a few weeks ago. It was a big hit, and I initially didn't have the idea for the googly eyes. Well, I did, but I didn't have the googly eyes. And one of the ladies gave everyone the googly eyes to add if they wanted to. You can choose not to. I bought a big bag of googly eyes at the dollar store. So you got all those for $1. Bargain. So I started with the black cardstock at 5 inches. And I'm using the dial to do the 5 inches and not real dial size. And they do have score lines, but on the black it's very hard to see, so I'm just bending the card on the score lines. Like that. And then if you have a bone folder, you can use a bone folder. So that is, and it's very hard to see black. And then the green I did at 4 3/4 of an inch. And on this one I am folding on the score lines, and on the cards I made, I did trim them up so because it was hard to line this outer wing up, so I lined it up towards the center of the card, and then I cut the wings down a little bit. Another lady in the group had a different idea where she actually just glued the center down and had these wings that were kind of flapping, so if you wanted to write your sentiment. So she glued this down but left these so they flapped, and so I think she was going to write a sentiment on the back side, and you can choose to do it however you want. And this one I might do that, just glue down the back side, and I just take some adhesive little or a lot, whatever you would like, and I just kind of line up. Centering it as best I can, and then you have your bat. And I'm going to leave these open as a different option. In the original, I cut them, and I did trim probably about 1/8 of an inch off this inside part because I wanted more of the black to show. But folding it, it became a little bulkier, so you can decide what works best for you. So this does get a little bulky. And the inside of the card, I have two different colors, the black and a green, and two different color greens. And this is 3 inches by 1 3/4 inches. And the black is 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And I have these little boo cutouts, and I got that from that sentiment, labeled boo. And I believe these are 1 inches. And these little ones are somewhat tedious to glue down. And so I use one of these little liquid glue pens. You want to make sure you get the glue on the right side. Glue's fairly quick, so your time, if you do it wrong, is somewhat limited. And pretty much cut to size, so I put it as far to the left as I can. And I just put little glue dots all around. Oops. Like that, little glue dots. And the glue doesn't stay blue. Once it's dry, it turns clear, so you won't see it on your card if you do make a little boo-boo. And it's okay for boo-boos. We've got boo so far. And then there's a little exclamation mark. And if you have tweezers, you can use tweezers to hold these little pieces, because they are very tiny and very hard to grab hold of, and I don't have tweezers at the moment. But there we go. Boo. Simple, easy. And then just take some glue adhesive to glue that down onto the green. And I eyeball it so it's centered. And I'm not too particular if it's not perfect. This is fun. Oops, and my blue thing died. In the center. And then, while Close to My Heart does have Halloween stamps, when I was making this, I had to use what was in my stash. And so I'm using the Inka Dinkadoo, the 98627, which is the Halloween. Cobwebs in the corner. I'm using that with the black archival ink. And you can choose to put your cobweb whichever direction that is more pleasing to you. And how I like it the way I've shown it. And you can do it on both sides or one side, doesn't matter. You can choose another design to put on the other side. I liked the cobwebs. And then I added a little spider. And if you have like little spots that you don't like, you can actually put the spider on top of there. But for this purpose, I'm putting the spider on the web. And then the second one, I have him sort of crawling back to the web. And you can place him wherever you choose. And then I added a little Sharpie marker, a little line that's showing he spun himself down on the spider web right there. And that one's stuck in the web, doing what spiders do, whatever that is, not sure. I've never been a spider. And then I'm using the white pigment ink for my sentiment. And where did my stamp pad go? And the white pigment ink, sort of like the chalkboard ink. And I do like the Trick or Treat because it fits nicely on the outside. And I have noticed this ink tends to smear easily. So you might not want to touch it at first to let it dry. Because on my first card it did smear a little bit, but that's okay. And then if you wanted to add the eyes, once it dries, you can do that. And I use those little glue pen, and it does, depending on how much glue, bleed out a little bit, so just wanted to hold it there for a second, make sure it's adhered down. Oopsie. And if you have any drips, you know, wipe them up, but they do dry clear, so it's not that big of a deal. And we add the eyeballs, and the card is done. Now, who wouldn't love to receive that? I know I would love that. And another thing, just quick, we can make 3D dimensional objects. And this thing right here, a little coffin. I made a coffin. Well, it's navy blue, so it's hard to see. My cat sat on it and squished it, so it's not. But if you're having a party, this would make a great little party favor. Put some candy corns in there, some Halloween candy, and you're set. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me a comment if you have any comments. And remember, find the gratitude and joys of friendship, the kindness of strangers, and the delight of what is possible. Okay, friends, have a great day. Bye-bye.